again, please. Kilo 7 Zulu Oscar X-ray.
This is the Yaesu FT-990. I think personally that this is one of the best radios Yaesu ever made. I have owned a FT-1000 before this one, and I have found this one to be the better radio. I sold the FT-1000 a long time ago, and this one I always have kept. Radio has a lot of features. To go through a few of them. We start here. There is the possibility to hook it up to a separate receiver antenna like a beverage. There is a Vox, a MOX, which basically is the PTT button. There is an attenuator. There is a meter switch, ALC, compressor level for the processor, output power, VSWR, collector current for the PA, and voltage for the PA. Right now I have it at ALC. There is a microphone gain and an RF drive gain. So this allows you to set any power level, RF power level. The nice thing is that this radio doesn't show any AGC overshoot. So if you have a linear amplifier that requires less than 100 watts, you won't destroy it when you use this radio. It works very well. This is the AGC. Off, fast, slow, and auto. Auto means slow on single sideband and fast on AM. There is a processor. The microphone processor works very effective. It's an RF speech processor, and you can set it here for the amount of processing. There is an auto keyer, and that's here. That only obviously works in CW. Full break-in you can select. Noise blanker is adjustable. There is a squelch that works in any mode. Of course there's an RF gain. There is a volume control. There's two VFOs. So I can select between two VFOs. I can do split using the two VFOs. There is a built-in repeater offset that only works in FM. Minus, plus, and regular. But you can make any shift by using the split feature, of course. You can transfer the memory to the VFO. You can transfer the VFO to the memory. You can switch between memory or VFO. You can go 100 kilohertz steps up or down. You can go 1 megahertz steps up or down. If you press the fast button here, there is a lock that locks the dial. You can do direct frequency entry. Let's say 28.38700. That gives me the direct frequency entry. You can also select any band you want by clicking these buttons. You basically have all filters installed. This radio has the regular 2.4 kHz filter. There is the 1.8 kHz filter for narrowband FM SSB. There is a 500 Hz filter for CW and a 250 Hz. The 500 Hz you would probably use for the digital modes, for narrowband digital modes, and the 251 you would use for CW. The dial runs very nice, has a perfect feel. It is flywheel weight. It's a pretty heavy knob. There is no play in it. It runs like it turns like it runs on ball bearings. Very nice job. Of course, it has all the modes: lower sideband, upper sideband, CW, AM, FM, RTTY, and packet. We have it in upper sideband right now. I'll show you how you basically would program the memories. Right now we have in the memory a 20 megahertz frequency. If I press VFO to memory, I then have that in the memory. I can recall the memory, so now I'm actually on the memory. VFO, I'll show you that this is the VFO. Now I'm back at the memory. And now I'm at the VFO. There is also a scan feature. If you press this here, I'm not entirely sure how that works, but the manual explains it well. Like I said, this is memory check. You can also transfer the memory back to the VFO. That's what we just did. I think there is 99 memories, if I'm not mistaken. That includes 2 band scan memories, where you can set the edges. Obviously there is a clarifier. Clarifier can be reset, so you can actually see here which amount of clarifying is. You can reset it. You can use it for the transmitter. Like I said, if you get lost, you just clear it. Receiver and transmitter. Now it does both, and you can turn it off. There is a very effective switched capacitor audio filter. I'll go find a station and show you that. Now it's on.
Thank you for the report.
High cut and low cut. It works so well that it almost sounds like it's an IF bandwidth setting. Actually, I found this switched capacitor filter to work a lot better than DSPs. It works much more smooth, it sounds better, and the skirts seem to be much steeper. There is a notch filter. There is an IF shift. That is kind of nice in combination with the filters. For instance, if you like digital modes, this radio has the nice feature that it can select any filter at any mode. So if you keep it in upper sideband, for instance, and you want to use a 500 Hz digital mode, you can then shift the carrier point for the optimal passband for that particular mode. Works very nice. This here basically allows you to go to the memories quickly. Don't know what I have in there. These are the 60 meter channels that I programmed. The radio is Mars capable. In other words, it transmits anywhere from 1.6 to 30 megahertz. I did that for the 60 meters. It's one little jumper inside. It's really a very simple modification. It's just an exceptionally nice radio. Yaesu did a very good job on this.
What's the matter? Don't you have a license?
Like I said, I am the original owner of this radio. I bought it new. Still has the box included. The radio does not have a scratch on it. I take care of my radios very well. It is literally like new. I actually haven't used it much. I'm not a very active ham. I don't think you'll ever find a more complete and nicer FT-990. It is just a perfect radio. I'll show you the transmitter features. For the transmitter, we will switch to the dummy load. I have a bird watt meter 43 with a 250 watt slug here. There is a monitor receiver. It's basically my FT-817 that we can use to monitor the actual signal. Let's go to 28387. That's what I have in the Yaesu right now, upper sideband. Like I said, you can adjust the power here. I am at CW, that's not what we want. We are now at upper sideband. 387. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the upper sideband. Lower sideband. Lower sideband at the Yaesu there. 1, 2 sounds exactly the same. We have other modes, AM. For that we need to lower the carrier point. I'm not sure if the radio does that automatically. I have not used it in years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, does that too. Meter is pretty stable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 25 watts carrier and AM. FM mode. Might as well try that too. There is FM. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Gives off about 120 watts there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I said, the radio can do the repeater shifts as well. It works quite well.
Nice talking from the West Coast 73 and good DX. Bye bye.
Charlie Bravo.
We will demonstrate you the performance of the radio on the several bands. Like I said, it basically covers 1.5 to 30 megahertz. Actually, the receiver goes lower than that. I think it goes down all the way to 100 kilohertz. For this test, we need to go to the dummy load because I do not have a wideband antenna. 1.5, 1.823 we are. 120 watts. This is the 80 meter band. 120 watts, 7 megahertz, 40 meter bands. Same power. 10 megahertz band, 30 meters. 14 megahertz, 20 meters. 18, that's the 17 meter band. 21, that's 15 meters. 24. 28 is what we just did. And 29. Well, we have it in FM there, so I don't have to whistle. It is 120 watts. Radio works on all bands. Well, wait, there is one more. That is the 60 meter band. And it does the 120 watts there too. Like I said, this radio is working like new. There is not a single problem with it. There is not a single speck or a single scratch on it. It is literally like it came from a time capsule. Now this radio actually has the TCXOQ installed, which is one of the best TCXOs Yaesu ever came out with. It's very stable and accurate. I will demonstrate you the accuracy of that. Now in the memories I have programmed WWV frequency from I think it's Boulder, Colorado. It's a 20 megahertz reference signal that is kept extremely stable by Uncle Sam. I am 300 hertz away, as you can see. I'm 300 hertz too low, and I'm in upper sideband. In the other memory, I have programmed that same thing, but 300 hertz too high in lower sideband. Now, the difference in tone that you hear between those two situations is actually the error frequency that the radio has compared to the reference carrier that we are receiving here. This is probably a couple of hertz, not more than 5 hertz I would say. Now, human ear can distinguish about 5 hertz, 300 hertz. It depends on how you cannot be completely tone deaf when doing this. Some people do not hear this, but if you can, you probably will notice that this one is a little bit higher than that one. And we're talking 5 Hertz. The error actually shows up twice. It's 2 times the actual error if you do it this way. So the real error is about 2.5 Hertz, I would think, which is better than 0.05 ppm, I think it is. Now I need to tell you that this only works with radios that have all internal frequency derives from a master oscillator. So this radio also derives the single sideband injection frequency, or the BFO frequency if you want, from that same master oscillator using a DDS, direct digital synthesizer. The radio has 2 direct digital synthesizers. And this method does not work if you have a radio that has discrete crystals for the single sideband injection frequencies. For instance, if you would do this with an ICOM 765, it will not work. The 765 has only 1 DDS, and the injection frequencies for the BFO come from crystals, and then this method does not work. But this radio is much better than that. Everything is derived from a single master oscillator, which is actually the TCXOQ. As you can see, it is highly accurate. Highly accurate.
Today in 10 meters, thank you.
Repeaters are there too.
on 29.6. CQ, hello CQ. Calling CQ, this is KS7URU, standing by. 10 a.m.
We got AM too?
I'm in a place called Panguitch Lake, Utah. Panguitch Lake, Utah. And this is a summer and right now winter home. I just got up here last night, and I'm about from St. George, Utah, probably about 100 miles northeast of St. George, Utah. Up here at my cabin, and I'm up here at 9,000 feet, so pretty good shot over to you, Dave. K4, again, the name is Jim, K4HX N7JW.
Yeah, you're on my second contest from Idaho today. The band is just excellent. 73, enjoy the opening, Dave. WC.
And it seems like the higher in frequency you listen, the worse it is.
We have good propagation on 10 meters today.
Leaving the countryside. Retired, and when retired 1 year ago, moving to the countryside. But that's correct.
Quickly show you the rear apron. Uses CAT interface, obviously, band data for linear. Remote control is possible, external speaker, external ALC for your linear. Receiver antenna in and out. This allows you to hook up a separate antenna like a beverage. This I'm not 100% sure what that is. Packet connection, RTTY. This is your CW key. This is your AF out 100 millivolts constant, ideal for the digital modes, or a foam patch. This is another foam patch in. Never used that. Don't know what it is. It can run off DC. This is the AC model. The power supply is put in there, so it runs off AC. Can internally be set for a US voltage or European voltage. And this is the antenna. As you see, the heatsink is integrated very nicely. There is no big heatsink sticking out on the back. This is the same way the FT-1000 did it. Actually, it's not true. The FT-1000 had like a bump on the back. This one has it really integrated in the radio. Blower is hardly noticeable. The radio doesn't get hot when you use it. It actually has a very quiet switching power supply. There is not a linear power supply in this radio. That helps to keep the radio cool. I've never heard a single birdie on the band caused by that power supply. Sometimes I even wonder if it is a switcher, but the manual says it is. Again, you can see not a scratch on this radio. I have been taking care of this baby very well. This is the carrying handle, and that's basically the back. Like I said, propagation is very good today. I don't even have the antenna tuned for this band right now.
I'll catch you on one of the other bands maybe this evening, okay? You know, you get sand and crap on your feet. You get that sand on the brand new format. Yeah. Right.
Excellent radio. The Yaesu FT-990. One of the best radios Yaesu ever made. And I am not exaggerating when I say that. It still has that nice look. Radios today I just don't like to look. They look like cheap stereos. This still looks like a radio. And that's what we want. Thank you for watching this video.